Nowadays it seems like it's almost impossible to stay focused. It's like everywhere you turn, man, it's always something, tagging and pulling at your attention, just trying to get you to check this out or sell you something. And a lot of people like me, just on the internet, that's on all of that, trying their best to get you to watch and get you to see what's going on. And it's hard, man, to tune out the distractions. It's really, really hard. It's not too many classes, that they teach on focus. And, you don't really know how to set goals and kind of just be able to find your solitude, so you can kind of accomplish the things that you say you want to accomplish. It's hard to do that. I know for me, man, I always found solitude in nature. Like when I grew up, man, growing up at home, it was always a moment. You sit on that lakefront, and I'm from over east, so we grew up right by the water. So I always had the luxury to go to the country club, hit a little dip, maybe go to Rainbow or Black Rock or something. Then you could just sit on the rocks and just watch the water and zone out. But in Atlanta, man, we don't have the luxury of that water down here. But I do have a lot of cubby holes. I find, I go on a lot of nature walks. There's a lot of mountains, a lot of trails, a lot of greenery. Beautiful stuff, man. At least that's how I try to find my solitude. But I know for a lot of people, it's really, really hard to do that, You be on the go, you got so much going on. If you're a parent like me, you're trying to juggle them kids, people got to work, they got careers. A lot of people, man, they raising families, they in relationships, you got to tend to your spouse, You got to tend to your girl, tend to your husband, what if you're trying to work out or, you got a business to run? I mean, it's a bunch of things that can really just have you throw it off and distracted. And sometimes you just going, you just feel like you're on autopilot, But I want to tell you, man, how important it is to stop the noise, to unplug, to really find yourself, to find a mirror and look at yourself and dig deep and remember why you're doing what you're doing. What's the purpose? Like, it's so easy to lose yourself in the things that you're doing, you know what I mean? A good quote that I heard is, sometimes motion doesn't necessarily equate to progress. You can actually be doing a whole lot of nothing, you know what I mean? You could just be busy for no reason, just kind of as a distraction. So you really have to check yourself and, and look and say, hey, man, what kind of person am I becoming? It's all about the type of person that you become. That's what's more important. Who are you becoming in the process of all of this? Are you being a better father? Are you being a better mom? Are you being a better husband? Are you leaning towards being a better husband? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you leaning towards becoming a husband? Are you leaning towards becoming a wife? Are you a better person? Are you a better worker? You know what I mean? Are you giving yourself more? Are you offering more? You know what I mean? Like, are you really offering value to the people around you? Are you a positive influence on their life? Are they a positive influence on your life? Are you maximizing your real potential, your gifts? Who are you becoming? Like, that's the ultimate question that I honestly believe that we all have to ask ourselves at some point in our life. This is a gift. A lot of people don't have it, Millions of people, man, the way this thing works, it's just a cycle. Somebody didn't wake up yesterday. Somebody is not here right now. So it's all a gift. And with the gift that you have, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? That's important. How are you contributing to this world? How are you showing up? Are you being your best self? And even do you know what that means, Because again, there's so many distractions. Have you figured out what is your best self? Have you figured out a way to find you in the chaos, in all the distractions, in all of the stuff that's going on? Somebody prayed for you before you was born, while you were here. Somebody that cares and loves you, they pray for you. And they wanted you to be the best. It's always about being the best. It's always about maximizing. So the question is, are you maximizing? Are you really fulfilling your dream? Are you fulfilling and becoming the person that you know in your soul, the intimate conversations that God has talked to you about, the visions he's given you, the dreams that you have, are you becoming that person? And if not, what's stopping you? What's wrong? Are you ready to peel those layers back and figure it out? But that's what it's more to, in my opinion, that's what it's about more than anything. Who are you becoming? Because if the answer to those questions are foggy, or if you don't like the person you are, or you don't want to be truthful about the person you become, then that's when it's time to change, man. And it's just that simple. Change starts in the mind. Then it manifests itself in behavior. After behavior, you get a changed life. You can do it. We all can.